We're going to basically hoard the front of this. We want to make sure it looks absolutely pucker from the outside. I haven't said this in a while. Hi Pete, you know me and Pete have a little bit of rivalry. Pete, you're YouTube famous now, mate. So the lads are just in here, starting on this kitchen, getting this all ripped out. Let's get on with it and get some work done. Good morning guys. Right, so we are back on site today and we've already started. I say we, I had nothing to do with this, so I can't really take credit for it, but the guys have got these posts in. We're going to basically hoard the front of this and our returns down that side and down that side, and then we're going to get some nice printed decorative stuff on the front which will basically show what the house will look like and have our name on there. Also have MKM's name on there because they very kindly supplied this hoarding. So what we're going to do today, just because the guys that installed these didn't have the correct tools to do so, we are going to get this post in here and that post in down there, because what we need to do is basically put the post in and we're going to fix it to this pillar. So obviously we need to notch around this cap, so I'm going to get that done and then we can get the postcrete in, get that in there. We're going to have also in this bit here, this will be our gate, so obviously our entryway in. There's no point in just hoarding the front off because we won't be able to get in to do any work, which would be a shame. So this bit here will be our gate. Just need to decide on whether the gate's going to open in and keep in there or come out and keep over there. Pros and cons to both. Obviously if we open it in, it might be in the way because we've got to excavate this area here, as I've mentioned before. So this is going to come, this light well is going to come out to probably about here, and the same there. If we've got a gate around here, it might be in the way, but I'll have a look at that anyway. But then also if we open it outwards, it will give us more space in there, but it's going to cover our lovely design on the front, so it's probably going to open in. Let's be honest, we want to make sure it looks absolutely pucker from the outside. Across this wall here as well, what we're going to do, we're just going to carry the height of this hoarding round here. So we'll just rest some boards on top of here. There'll be some posts fixed, just mechanically fixed into this wall, and then the board will sit across there, and then the same down there as well. I've spoken enough. 2 minutes of talking is enough for anybody. Listen to my voice. Let's get on with it and get some work done. Right, so we've got our post notched. You can see I just took a nice little chunk out, so that will sit lovely over this capping now. Now what we need to do, you can see where this render comes through here. This part here just needs to be removed so we can get this post flat back to the wall. Obviously this is going to be taken off eventually, so it's not going to hurt us just by removing this bit. It's just going to make our life a lot easier. Ian's just getting the breaker set up now, so we can just whip this straight off, get that in, get it fixed to the post, and then we'll get some postcrete in there, and then that one's done. So I'm going to move down to the one down there now and get that one in. Right, so you know me and Pete have a little bit of a rivalry. We are actually friends. And he's bought me, just thought I'd show you this. Pete, thanks Pete. It's a little tool, it's just like Pete. So what it is, it's basically a carabiner and it's got lots of little bit holders in it. So obviously you've got lots of things like this with a hex fit in, and they all just slot into here, and then you can attach them to your bow or to wherever, and then you can just go pop and pop out a bit. I mean, it might not even work. You could have bought me this just to wind me up. So they just sit on there like that on your little carabiner, and whenever you're ready, just pull it out, and then there you go. It's easy, nice and easy to use. I think you got this off Amazon. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks Pete. You do look after me, don't you? I need to buy you something now. Let me know in the comments what I can buy Pete. This should be interesting. So we've got our posts. One post here, one post down there. They are in. So all our posts are now in, ready to receive our hoarding. What we're going to do is basically get these bits of timber and we're going to create a frame on the face of these. So my glamorous assistant Ian is demonstrating. We're going to basically fix one midpoint, one at the base, and then one at the top. And then our OSB will then sit on front of this, and then it will come up to the boundary line across here. Obviously we don't want to encroach onto the path, but this also gives us maximum space internally as well. So we're going to get that done, then we'll get the boards up, get them temporarily fixed on, get a string line set across the bottom, because I don't know if you can see, the ground slopes down this way. So we'll get all our boards on, just temporarily fixed, and then we can string line across the bottom, whip them off, get them cut, and then that will give us a nice level line right the way across the top, because we don't want them all jiggity jaggedy or sloping at the top. We'll just keep that nice and horizontal all the way across the top, so it will look magnifique. Let's get on with it. haven't said this in a while. Hi, Pete.
Hi, John.
Oh, look, he's all shy. He's all walking off. Pete, you're YouTube famous now, mate. So, one of the Pete's videos that he did whilst teaching James how to, what was it, fit the door lining? Yeah, is now being used as a college not experiment, what's the word I'm looking for? Example, tutorial. Yeah, tutorial. So basically, Pete is now a teacher, pretty much, because he's teaching the youth of tomorrow, the future of tomorrow, how to hang door linings. Watch this space, he's a good man. Right, so Pete has started getting this notched in, so this is our hoarding across here. You can see the height that we're going to be. Obviously it's taller than the post, because that's what height the posts were. But we are going to, once these are all in, we'll then get a nice line strung across to keep this nice and flat, like I mentioned before. The lads are just getting some battens in down that side. I'm getting some battens in down this side. But it's break time, so we're stopping to have some food, some well-deserved food, lads. Let's do it. Right, so short little interlude. We've got all these up across here, these battens here. You can see Pete's been getting on with these boards, and what we need to do, as I've previously mentioned, probably loads of times, I'm going to say it again anyway, we're going to cut all these so they're level. But we don't know what height this is going to be until we're in that end, so we can level everything across, which also means I can't put these boards in here because obviously we don't want it to be a different height to this one. In the meantime, while the lads are just sorting that bit out down there, I'm going to get this hole concreted in. We've put some mechanical fixings in the pillars, but we're just going to concrete this in as well, just bout and braces, you know us. So we're using this Carlton FP Eco Fix Rapid Set Concrete. So basically what we do, pour some water into this hole, third full, and then we pour this stuff into there and then just tamp it down, and then that's it. Job is a good one. Depending on how much it fills, I may put 2 bags in, we shall see. I think some of them holes have got 2 bags in. We'll just have a look and yeah, basically work it out as we go. Let's do this. This is good. Right, I've poured that in, added plenty of water. Now we're just going to give it a tap around to make sure this mix has got everywhere around the post. There we go, job done. So obviously there's a bit of extra water on top. I'm not bothered about that. All it will do is increase the setting time slightly of the product. It won't make it any weaker or anything like that. Plus it's mechanically fixed into the wall anyway. The reason you want quite a dry mix when you're installing this normally, just to decrease the setting time of the product. But this is totally fine. You can see the water's already absorbing into it. One thing that does always concern me when you're using pre-mix post stuff is that is all of the stuff getting saturated with water, or is there going to be bits of powder inside it? But you can see this is soaking in pretty well, so I'm assuming we're going to have a very good solid base in here. Now I need to go down the other end and get that one done, and then these are good to go. This will be dry pretty damn soon. It doesn't take too long. That's it. Awesome. So what we've done, as you just saw on the time lapse, hopefully, maybe, possibly, is ping this line across here. So that is our level line across the top. I did eye it from over there, and how good was it, Pete?
We've been about 3-4 mil over 6 foot.
That's so pretty good, isn't it?
That's it.
Laser eye.
That's it.
Pew! All lined up, ready, this is.
That's it.
Right, so what we're doing now, obviously Pete needs to cut this across. So he's just basically measured the point on his saw from here to the blade, and then set this at that, so he can just rest his saw in here now and just run across, and then that will give us the line that we need for the top of our hoarding. Let's do this, Pete. then that's it. Just repeat the process all the way across, and we'll have our lovely straight line right the way down. Boom, smashing it. Right, so the day is done. We didn't start early here. We were on other jobs and stuff, so it hasn't taken us all day to do this. We've made good progress today, I think. Hopefully you agree. This is all looking smart now. So what we're going to do is just get effectively our skirting across the bottom here, another rail across the top, and then we'll frame up the side there. Our gate will go in here. Get this chopped up as well, then we're going to put like a little capping on top just to stop any water coming through the top of the OSB and blowing it, because obviously we want this to last as long as possible. On the back we have framed it all out like this, so all the joints have then got a supporting batten across the back to stop it any twist or any warping it. Put this across the top as well, just obviously to stop any flapping at the top, and then we will just put some little uprights in there as well, and the various bits just to stop them from moving side to side. And then obviously get these side bits in across there, and then we are fully enclosed. Oh yeah, and obviously last thing, get a gate on, because otherwise people can just walk straight through like this. So that's it, today is done. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning guys, and welcome to another day on site. So things are moving quick. It's still early though, so we're trying to be quiet. We've got to get this finished today straight away, but while me and Pete are doing that, the other lads are removing the kitchens and the bathrooms. So like I've mentioned before, we've got 3 kitchens, 3 bathrooms because it was flats. So the lads are just in here starting on this kitchen, getting this all ripped out. We've got our little time lapse set up there. Hi time lapse. The plumbers were here yesterday disconnecting everything, so that's all safe to rip out. It's just the electrics at the minute, which we're just waiting for the sparky to turn up today just to get that cut out, so everything is safe. Pretty much what's going on today. So let's set up some time lapses and you can watch us working our magic. Okay, so we've got all our hoarding completed. You can see now from the inside that we've penned ourselves in nicely and it's all good to go. Right, next up what we're doing, Pete is just going to get the strips ripped off now, fit those across the bottom and across the top of these. So that will just finish it all off nicely, hide all this jaggediness that's across the bottom, and it just saves all the crap and whatever. We can change these later on if we need to, if they get really dirty. What I'm doing now is just getting the door sorted. So I'm going to build a door to fit in this hole, and then we can be nice and secure. And then the hoarding at the front of the house is complete. Once we take down the garage at the back, we can then put the hoarding up at the back, and then the site will be nice and secure. Yeah, let's crack on with it. So I've just looked at the camera, ready to switch the time lapse over to hanging this door, and realise it's died. There's obviously something wrong with it because there was lots of battery and now there's no battery. So I'm not quite sure how much you saw of this being constructed. Basically pretty simple, just a little framework just to make it a bit more secure. We need something there to get our lock through, so that's why I've put this on. Just bulks it up basically. So we're going to have a number lock on here. We've got 4 hinges down there which are going to be hung on there. So let's get it in. Hopefully it fits in the hole first time. Let's see. So we've done it, it didn't fit because of the thickness of effectively our frame here. It was just binding too much, so we needed to take a bit of a leading edge off, and it was easier to take it off the post than it was off the door, but now it slides in perfectly. We were using like the plane and the circuit saw and everything to do this, and then we got down to that one little bit at the bottom, and Pete, he's run off now. Pete gouged his finger open with the saw. Always watch your fingers and sharp things. Oh, here he is. Oh, Pete, poorly Pete. Anyway, it's Friday. We smashed it. The lads have smashed out all the bathrooms and the kitchens, as you've seen. We've smashed out here, so it's all done, ready for the weekend, ready for us to hit it again on Monday. Have a great weekend, if it is the weekend where you are or when you're watching this, but see you on Monday.